Bahasa Inggris ulangan tengah semester. My favorite teacher. My favorite teacher is Mr. Anthony, my history teacher, and he is by far the best teacher that I have ever had. He has the ability to make a subject that many students find incredibly boring come to life through his enthusiasm and passion for history. And his love of being a teacher, going to his lesson, is something we look forward to, not dread, like we do with most other lessons. It's ever so funny to watch him get excited about something, which happens in every lesson. It's easy to know that he's getting excited because he begins bouncing up and down slightly in a way that no other 60-something years old would ever manage without looking completely ridiculous. He has this dark, with more and more gray streaks this day, springy hair that's lined the edge of his growing bald patch, and the hair bounces up and down with him like thousands of tiny little springs. Then he takes on his whole new persona, often going into role and becoming the character or figure he is talking about, doing the voices, the action, and parading up and down the room, gesticulating wildly. But all the while, there's a gentle bounce, 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 as talks. The springs are not just on his head, but on the soles of his shoes too. A teacher that doesn't take himself too seriously, always be a big hit with teenagers, although he not afraid to impose his authority if he has to. If only ever heard him properly shout once, although thankful as once me. When he lost it, the room suddenly became more silent than it ever known it to be before. We all sat slightly paralyzed, not even anything to breathe too loudly, because hearing such a jovial and jolly little man lose his temper was a huge shock. It certainly had the right kind of impact through, because he's never needed to shout science. It is actually this teacher that I have to thank for my love of history. In his lesson, history does not mean copying out of textbooks and writing page of notes. History is alive. History is something tangible that you can see, hear, and feel, and we can live it through dressing up and acting out scenes, or taking trips to important places of historical interest. Although he's getting on in years and may not be teaching for much longer, he will have an important place in history for many of his students, because there has never been a teacher who could bring a subject to life in quite the same way he does. Number 1. Who is described in the text above? Favorite teacher. 2. What is his profession? His profession is teacher. 3. What subject does he teach? History and science. 4. What makes the student like him? Student like him because him so friendly and so funny. How old is he? He is 60 something years old.